Hello and welcome to Joburg Today. My name is Tumi Hlapo, bringing you the best of what's going down in and around Johannesburg. While many of us can do nothing than just pay the increased electricity prices in a few months, budgeting more for electricity will be very low on the agenda of some Parkhurst residents.
Going solar, gas and off-grid, one house at a time. The residents of Parkhurst decided to welcome alternative energy in their homes. Leading by example, Parkhurst Village Residents and Business Owners Association's Ryan Beach was one of the first to quit city power and Eskom.
I expected that electricity was going to become very expensive, so then I decided to go off the grid. I've always had a keen interest in renewable energy, and then added to that load shedding. That was just like putting petrol on the fire for what I wanted to do.
Having 2,000 houses in Parkhurst off-grid by 2020 is part of the community's Vision 2020 plan.
We believe Eskom electricity is going to become very expensive in this country, and we also believe it's a very unreliable source of energy. We are aiming to create Africa's first smart grid and green hub. We started talking to consulting engineers, industry experts. Currently, we've only focused on the PV solutions because of all the problems people are facing with load shedding.
I've had to make quite a couple of changes to my home in order to get off grid. I've started from really a zero basis. I've had to change all my light fittings to LEDs and to compact fluorescents. I've gone solar with my geysers. I've added 12 photovoltaic panels. I've also added a gas water heater to back up my solar.
The off-grid conversion of an average Parkhurst house can cost about 175,000 rand.
A big part of this project was to make this affordable for everybody, and we used our numbers, and we went to suppliers and said to them, we've got 2,000 houses, we're not willing to pay what everybody else is paying, and that's the deals we put together for our residents.
A community project, creates buying power, and that's one of the reasons why this is a very sustainable project. Through that we discounted the product, we incorporated a lot more in regards to the installation of the technology.
The payback period for all the changes I've made to my home with the photovoltaics and solar, etc., will take probably between 8 to 10 years, but I'm coming off a very low base where I've had to put in gas, which a lot of the other residents already have. So for me, with the Eskom and City Power increases in payment that happen year on year, I'm guessing closer to 5 to 7 years payback.
The effect of the Parkhurst program will highlight the potential of what the energy market will do. It will achieve the objective that we need in the industry to make sure that the awareness goes out, that we as an industry and as a company can also say that it can be done, it's affordable, it's sustainable. Once the banks are involved, we will see that the sustainability and the affordability is something that will be achieved. And I think once that model has been achieved, it can be replicated elsewhere.
According to Ryan, 30 houses are already off-grid. Efforts are in place to assist more residents with financing, and the rollout of the smart grid started. Marise de Klerk, Joburg Today.
Like us on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv, and follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. If you're one of those that are constantly on the move, do catch us on pockettv.mobi, and that's Pocket with an I. If you're all about being eco-friendly, then this one is for you. Check out the first all-electronic car commercially available in Africa.
Of all the gadgets I've ever reviewed, this must be my favorite, if you can call a car a gadget. This is the Nissan Leaf, the first all-electric car available commercially in Africa. The real revolution here is that you charge this car at home. You plug it into your power point in your own home, in your garage if you have a power point there, and you charge it overnight for about 8 hours. And for that, you get about 150 kilometers range. So it's not intended for long trips, but great for riding around town. And you also have emergency charging points if you suddenly feel you're going to be running out of power before you get back home again. Right now, those power points are at McCarthy dealerships, and there's usually one within about 10 kilometers or so if you're driving around the Johannesburg area, where it takes about half an hour for a quick charge if you need to charge in a hurry before you can get home. Eventually, you'll have these charging points all over the country, and eventually you'll have electric cars from other manufacturers as well, driving around the country. Let's have a look inside. What I love about this car is all the gadgetry built into it. For example, the information panel, which can display anything from maps to trip information to the rear view scene when you're reversing. So right now, for example, it's displaying energy usage, and it tells me how many kilometers I have in terms of estimated range, but also what impact it will have if I turn on the air conditioner, or what in civilized circles they call climate control. But what's great is that it tells me exactly what impact that kind of thing will have. Of course, the faster you drive, or the more stop-start and jerkily you drive, the less range you'll have as well. And the more economically you drive, and the more, you could call it eco-sensitively you drive, the longer your range will be. I just want to show you what happens when I go into reverse. I have a camera telling me what's behind me, showing me what's behind me, but also illustrating the danger zones. If I reverse in a particular way, or if I get too close to something, it turns red and tells me I'm going to hit it. Where it's orange, that's kind of my safe zone at the moment. Here's one of the coolest things about the information screen. It opens up, and here you have a little opening for an SD card that contains your mapping information. So once your map is out of date, or you want to update it, you can plug this into a computer and download the latest maps from the internet, as opposed to relying, as cars used to, on the mapping that you're stuck with on your navigational system in the car.
What's good, everybody? This is Solo, and you're watching Joburg Today.
That's all for today. For more on the city, do check out our playlist. From myself, Dubin Chapo, I now leave you with Georgetown and Golden Boy.
Back in ETV.
Well, picture perfect life in a trophy wife. Well, you got it. Lovely house at sea in a garless degree. Well, you got it. Well, your kids, they doing fine. And your shoes, they really shine, 'cause you're a golden boy. Well, you're the queen of the crowd, after what you style, but no limits apply. 7 speed is required, no addiction, no affliction, but you always get permission. Big fat smile, always in time. You'll never soak a wine from your ass, the sun does shine. You're the golden boy. You got that athletic swing, you can't afford to buy that diamond ring. Goes on the knees, then life is a breeze. Never forget to say thank you and please. And the horse you ride, and a plane you can fly. Got every jack and Jill leaning on your shoulder to cry. Never curse or lie, oh my own hell of a guy. You're the golden boy. You're the golden boy, yeah man, you're the golden boy. Got life figured out and living no doubt for a golden boy. You're the golden boy, oh man, you're the golden boy. Ain't doing no wrong when singing a song